What's up, Guildies? It's your favorite player, favorite person in the world, Pickles. Quick review on a new account that joined the guild, and I tend not to do these when it's a small account because a small account is growing and we can kind of guide them along. I tend to like to do these when there's something to be said. Either way, this is a 4-year-old account, so lots of resources saved up, which is good. Um, you know, Decent work on the base, so that's good. But of course, there's some help to be had. Let's talk about equipment. So Ambro really likes to have the equipment that's on Toxic Shaman, Thunderblade. The reason for that is because Ambro is a quick attacker. You want her to have an equipment that makes use of a per hit attack. So like every 6 attacks, they do an extra bonus, right? So if your Ambro has a Berserk, which this one, or not, well, has a Berserk but doesn't have a blockhead, if she has a blockhead, skill level 9 or 10 or 12, she fires off very quickly, and that bonus that you see on the Thunderblade comes out. The bonus on this one is not, I mean, it is okay, but I don't like having it on Ambro. I actually would put the book on Shaman instead, so just swap those two, and that's a good start. Between Storm Rider and Landslide, I would switch those pieces of equipment. Storm Rider is not a hero that dies early in the game. I mean, he flies and he shoots from a far distance, and so he is not as often the first target unless you're very clever with deploying your heroes. And usually people don't target Storm Rider anyway, so rarely will anyone deploy up here, in this area. They'll probably deploy somewhere down here where you have, ground-based heroes. So I would switch the Heart to the Landslide because you want your Landslide as a tank to stay alive. The Hammer is not a great weapon for Storm Rider either. But between those two, I would switch those. And perhaps what I would actually do is put the hammer on Great Sage. I guess it's not an evolved hammer, but that's okay. Just put that on Great Sage. Give the axe to Storm Rider, and then give the Dragonheart to your Landslide. That's my opinion. That's the first thing I was going to talk about, is just the EQ setup. Next up is going to be backup aids, because I don't have all the time in the world to talk about that either. But that's the first thing I would do.